Hey, good morning. How are you, Sue? Hopefully good. You're here. That's the important thing. You're gonna feel great when we're done. That's even better. Okay, feet are width apart. We're gonna start with the gentle 5-minute warm-up. Sweep those elbows back. Hold down. Keep the spine nice and long, and then come back up. And then reach for the ceiling with the arms. Lift the shoulders up. And then take them out to the side. And then pull them back and squeeze those shoulder blades together as you pull. You can add depth once you start to feel so inclined, why not? Remember, try to pair these movements with breath, right? So inhale, sweep back, exhale, pull down. And let's do this a few more times. Kind of weight into the heels and send the hips back every time you start your descent. So when you send those arms up, you're really lifting the shoulders too. Okay, one more round. Okay, little balance challenge while we stretch. So you're going to clasp the fingers together, pick up the left knee and give it a big hug into the body. Now circle that ankle. Go the opposite way. And point and flex. Great, switch feet, switch legs. Start your circles. Try to get that knee as high up as you can. Point and flex. Nice, send it down. Take the feet now to the edges of the mat. Big deep breath as you reach for the ceiling, salute the sun. Exhale, hold it all the way down, sending those hips back and weighting into the heels. Once you're down here, let the upper body completely unweight. Try to keep the legs nice and straight as you inhale and extend to a flat back. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold. Keep going. Now on this next one, hold it up. Send the hips back a little and walk the fingers forward. Big deep breaths into those ribs. And now let the hands come forward, walk them to the front of the mat. Step your feet in 4 to 6 inches apart, maybe in high plank. Once you're there, downward facing. Up on the tippy toes, lower those heels. Keep going. Don't forget to breathe. Now float it back to plank. Step your feet into bear. Downward facing. Up and down with the heels. Float it back to bear. Put the knees down. Send the hips back over the heels and walk your hands forward. Big stretch of your upper back. You're trying to get the chest going towards the floor. Just stay here for a couple more breaths. Okay, come on back up into your quadruped position. So your knees are under your hips, wrists under shoulders. Take the left hand to the ear and lift the left shoulder up. And then cross the body and touch the opposite elbow. Keep that going for 5 or 6 reps. pair it with your breathing. And try not to lock out that right arm. Now do the same on the opposite side. Up with the shoulder first and cross it. Keep drawing your belly button up and into the spine. Those muscles need to be working the whole 45 minutes. Especially when we're inverted. You're fighting gravity here. Okay, cat cows, give me 5 or 6. Go your own pace. Nice little feel-good moment. Explore. Maybe the hips go back a little. Okay, nice neutral spine. Slide the left toes along the floor backwards so the leg is nice and straight. And then bring it back. Do the same with the opposite side. You're just taking the foot back and bringing it back in. It's a nice little gentle wake up of the back of the legs. Try not to let the body weight shift too much from side to side. You want to keep nice and firm through the midsection. Okay, from there, we're going right back into a small downward dog with your heels on the floor. Hold here for a couple of breaths. Lock out those legs, get them nice and long. Okay, walk your feet towards your hands. You're going to inhale and extend the spine. And then come all the way back up and reach for the ceiling. Nice, relax the arms. You're going to step your right foot back. Both heels are on the floor. We're going to do a little spinal twist. So I want you to take your right hand down to the outside of your left leg. And just take your left hand to your hip. Turn your chest to face the left side of the room. Just hold on this for a couple of breaths. And now come back square with the shoulders. Bring your hands to your heart and just lean over that front leg. Keep your spine nice and long. Now I want you to lift your back heel. Get up onto those tippy toes so you feel a lot of weight going into that left leg. Now start to rise back up with your torso. Once you're up, lower that back heel. Step forward, switch up sides. Left leg goes back. You got pretty good distance between both feet, but you can keep both heels down. Now your left hand's going to come to the outside of the right leg, and your right hand is going to rest on your hip. Rotate your chest, try, face the right side of the room. Keeping that back heel down. It's a great little stretch for the outside of that hip. Okay, now we're going to square off the shoulders, hands to heart. Fold down over that leg. And now lift the heel of the left foot really high. Most of your weight is now in that right leg. Start to lift the torso back up, pushing through the heel. It's a big awakening for that glute. Once you're up, lower that back heel down. Step forward. Nice job. Okay, today, 2 bands, the black one and the red one, the small ones, and a ball. We're going to start down on the floor. You can use a Pilates ring. We're going to start down on the floor doing some inner thigh work. We haven't done this in a while. So get nice and comfy. Keep your black band close by because we're going to alternate between inner and outer. So let's start with the inner. Pilates ring between the legs. Giving it a big squeeze and a release. We're gonna kind of ease into this. So let's just squeeze in on 3 counts. Try to release it on 3. You can do a little pelvic tilt with this. So when you squeeze in, you can take that low back, push it into the floor, draw the belly down, and then slowly release the legs and the back away from the floor. So you're carrying a pelvic tilt with inner thighs. How fun is that? Oh my God. So fun. Remember not to go too quickly. This is one exercise where momentum is not your friend. So be patient, enjoy the journey. You're going to start to feel these inner thighs pretty soon, I promise you. Okay, we're going to switch this up. I want you to squeeze in and hold. Make sure you're pressing your belly down. I want you to lift the feet just an inch off the floor. Keep the squeeze and then put the feet back down. Release the squeeze and let the low back separate from the floor. Now we do it again. You squeeze in, tilt the pelvis, hold the squeeze, cover the feet, put the feet back down, and then release slowly and let that back come away from the floor. We're going to do this 5 more times. You go nice and slow. Squeeze in, lift the feet, lower the feet, and release. Keep it going really slow. Make sure when those feet come off the floor, you're not losing your squeeze. Really adds a lot of emphasis to your 6-pack muscle. And of course, it amps up the challenge to the inner thighs. So it's a 2 for 1. And 2 more, nice and slowly. And then release. Okay. Put the Pilates ring off to the side for a sec. We are going to grab our band, wrap it just above the ankles, straighten out those legs, open for 3 counts, and close for 3 counts. Do that 10 times. Now, if you want to keep that 6-pack working, send your legs a little further forward and keep that lower back down on the floor and keep the belly pushing down. Then those muscles are active the whole time. And play around with it. Maybe you go out for a couple and then bring the legs back in for a little reprieve. It's too much. Be mindful not to lose the range of motion. When it starts to get really hard, you got to just fight a little harder for it. Okay, now hold the legs as far out as you can. Lower them a little forward or send them a little more forward. Hands come between the legs. I want you to crunch it up. Lift your shoulder blades off the floor, just hold here. And then pulse up an inch and down an inch. Now, put the head back down, bring your knees in, get rid of the bend. Find that Pilates ring again. Clean the knees. Give it a big old squeeze. And then release slowly on 3 counts. Your legs are bent, your feet are on the floor to start. Add that pelvic tilt. And work your stomach. 2 more, nice and slow. Okay, give it that big squeeze, hold it. Drive the knees in towards the chest this time. So you should get them in as close as you can while you squeeze and then send the feet back down to the floor. Now go in and out 5 times. Now lift those feet up, bring those knees in towards you as far as they can go. Keep squeezing, lower the feet back down, 1 more round, squeeze and release for 5. Pick the feet up, keep the squeeze, bring the knees in. And release it. Put that ring off to the side. Grab your band again. Going above the ankles. Send those legs up. Make sure you're nice and flat on the shoulder blades. And then open the legs nice and wide and close slowly. Remember, play around with moving those legs forward. Keeping that low back on the floor and the belly pressing down. You have 5 more to do. You gotta really fight hard as these muscles start to fatigue. On this last one, open up, hold it, bring the arms between the legs, crunch it up and pulse up. Draw the belly down, tuck your chin. Move the legs a little more forward if you can. And then relax, get rid of the band. Last time, find that Pilates ring. Let's get it going. 10 times, you squeeze and release. Okay, on this last one, hold the squeeze, pick your feet up off the floor, bring your knees in towards you, put them back down, let the muscles release. Then squeeze and lift. Draw the ring in, your knees in, Send it back down, let everything release. We're gonna do this 4 or 5 more times. Move the knees in, you're giving yourself a big squeeze of those knees together. Okay, release it. Hold your ring with your arms going straight up to the ceiling. Take your feet up. They're going straight up to the ceiling. Now, we're gonna squeeze your ring, so you've got your arms actually working instead of just holding. You're squeezing them into each other. Crunch up. Lower the arms back and the legs at the same time, and then bring them back up and lift up to that nice crunch. Keep squeezing the arms as you send them back and the legs forward. And then crunch up again. Do it 3 more times, nice and slowly. Hold the crunch at the top on your last one. Make sure you're tucking your chin. Send the right leg down by itself. Pick it back up. Switch to the left. Focusing a little bit more on the side body. Do 1 more on each side while you hold the crunch. And then put the head down. Get rid of that Pilates ring. We're moving on from that. Okay, get nice and flat on those shoulder blades. Your legs are bent. Make field goal posts. So the back of the hands are down on the floor. And roll your head from side to side to check to see if your elbows and shoulders are at the same height. Now you got both legs bent with your feet pretty close in. I'm gonna have you send your right leg out now. Just hold it above the floor. While you hold it, lift the back of the hands off the floor, move them as far forward as they can go without rounding the shoulders. Do that 5 times. Bring that foot back in, just switch up legs, give me 5 more. Bring both knees into the chest, give yourself a little hug, maybe a small little circle. Go the opposite way. Okay, we're going to transition into some dead bugs while we're down here. So 90 degrees at the knee, flex your feet. Your ankles and your knees should be at the same height, right? Now your knees are stacked over the hips. If they're in towards you, you're making the exercise easy. Send the arms up. Your palm space. Right now, you should already feel a challenge to the core. Keep sending it down. Now you're going to take your left arm back and your right leg forward. And then bring it back to the starting point. Send the right arm back and the left leg forward. Bring it back. Do that 3 more times on each side. And bring those knees in. Hands on your knees, making a big circle. You're gonna get some blood flow back to your inner thighs. If you go the opposite way. Okay, rock and roll yourself up to a seated position. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water. We're gonna do a little planking, and then we're gonna get up on our feet. So I promise the whole class will not be lying down, although that was pretty nice. Okay, so I'm gonna fold the front part of my mat over just to make it a little more cushy. As I put my forearms down, I want them a little bit, the elbows a little bit in front of the shoulders and my palms on the floor. Then I send the knees back, tuck the toes under. Right out of the gate, this should be challenging. So you might need to explore, maybe the knees need to go back a little further. Maybe the elbows need to come forward of the shoulders a little more. Play around with that. Now lower the hips to the floor and take your gaze and look forward. While you're doing this baby cobra, you're still pulling in the stomach. Keep that pull of the tummy, lift the hips back up to where you started. Just pull. And slowly lower those hips back down. And slowly lift them back up. And lower. And lift. And lower. We're gonna do this 5 more times, then we're moving on. It's not gonna get any harder than this, so if you're not feeling it, send the elbows further forward. You have 4 more. It's all about moving very slowly. When you get to your last one, walk your forearms all the way back and let your hips end up over your heels. Keep the forearms now off the floor, reach the palms forward, little reprieve. Now come back up onto all fours. I want you to do 2 or 3 cat-cows before we get back up onto our feet. It's a nice little stretch for that lower back. We're just working. Okay, however you want to get on your feet, let's go. Grab some heavy weights. Now, hold them in your hands by your side. You're going to send your left foot forward. You're going to step your right foot back, but not that far. Maybe a couple of feet, maybe 3 feet, something like that, where both your feet are facing forward. So look down. I have to set my heel a little straighter. So you might need to make an adjustment. I want both feet facing forward, both legs straight. Once you have that going on, lift those shoulders up, crowd out your chest, lean in. Just lean forward so you're maybe parallel to the floor, maybe not quite. And then I want you to row. So lift the elbows up and lower slowly. Gonna do 5 rows. Then we're gonna start to pair a lift of the back heel with the row. Remember, your feet are not that far apart, so you should feel stable. Now, when the arms are down and you're gonna start to press them up, I want you to let that back heel lift up with the weights. And then lower down, lower the heel, lift, and lower, and lift, and lower, and lift, and lower, one more. And now lift the torso up, step your back foot in, switch up sides. Again, both feet nice and straight, pointing forward. Front of the chest, get the shoulders up, fold down. Give me some rows. So you're really trying to squeeze the shoulder blades and get the elbows up. Now, pair the back heel with the row, up with the heel and weights simultaneously, lowering down slowly. As soon as that heel comes up, you should feel a lot more work going into that right leg. Lift the torso up, step it in, both feet on the floor, hip width apart. You're going to slowly come down. Nice little deadlift. When you come up, turn your palms to face forward and give me a bicep curl. Lower down. You can turn your palms the other way. You can rotate them. Come back up with that curl. However you want to do it. Now I've got my legs nice and straight, and as I go down, I really try to move my hips back. Try to keep your bicep curls nice and slow, especially when you're releasing and sending them back down. You really want to create some resistance. Now, if you want to add in a shoulder press, when you come up from your curl, you can turn the palms to face and do a press, one arm or two. I'm going to skip that part because of my arm. But if you can do it, go for it. We have 8 more of these, nice and slow. Last 5. Last 1. Of course, if you were doing that shoulder press, you're going to be a little slower than me. Totally fine. I'm going to grab a quick sip. So I'm going to get that slightly less challenging band. So when you're ready, find it. It's going around your wrist. You're going to send the left foot forward, the right leg back. Only this time, that back leg is going pretty far back. Once you get it there, take a look. Make sure both your feet are facing forward. Lift your back heel really high. Send the arms forward. Lean in and create tightness to the band. So make it as tight as you can, and then rotate 5 times to the left and back. Keep that band tight the whole time. Now bring your hands into heart, just keep the band there. Lean in more. So your torso is maybe parallel to the floor. Just hold. Lift your back heel a little higher. Now send those arms forward, create tightness in the band. Piston your back foot. Heel goes down and then back up. You have 5 more. You're working those arms. You're pulling that band apart. Now bring the arms in, lean in a little more, lift the heel a little higher. Just hold here, count to 5 slowly. Now lift the torso up, step the back foot forward, let the arms relax. Shake it out, get ready for the other side. So it's all about getting that back leg pretty far back there, and then getting up nice and high on the heel. Okay, so now you're going to start to lean in. You're going to extend the arms, pull them apart, and give me 5 rotations to the right. You got that forward lean while you're turning. The shoulder carriage that's rotating. Hold the arms out. Lower that back heel. Lift it up. Keep leaning forward. Keep working the arms. I'm going to bring my hands to my chest. I'm going to lean in a little more. I'm going to try to get parallel to the floor. I'm going to lift that back heel a little more. I'm going to send those arms back out, pull them apart, and count to 5 slowly. And then relax. Whew, that's work. Okay, we're going to come back down to the floor. We're going to do a couple of Pilates sit-ups, a little few 90-90s, and then we're done. So heels to the front corners of the mat. Arms can either wrap opposite shoulders or use them to slowly lower the body down. Big reach back there with the arms. And then right away, you're coming back up, Pilates style. Drawing that belly in. Flexing forward. Keeping the flexion as you start to go back down again. Big reach back with the arms. Back up. We have 3 more to do. Remember, you always have your breathing to help you. So inhaling on the way down, blowing out all that air to get yourself back up. You want to try to keep the movement as smooth as possible. Last one. Now we're going to hang out here between our legs just a little bit. So walk your hands forward, push the back of the knees into the floor. Feel that nice stretch. Okay, sit yourself up. I want you to scoot your right hip all the way over to the edge. Give me 90-90 in both legs. Fingertips on the floor out in front. We've got a little bit of a forward lean. We're gonna lift our back heel up and lower it. So however high it gets isn't important, as long as you feel that activation of muscle in the hip and glute. Make sure your belly is pushing in. And now bring your hands to heart, lean forward. Take it over that right leg. And then come back up. Now try to keep your torso over the mat and not the floor. You're just going up and down a few more times. And now take both hands, post them behind you, lift your left knee up. Try to get the left foot flat on the floor, and then slowly transition to face the back of the room. Bring your fingers out in front, small lean forward, start to lift and lower the back foot. And now let's take our hands to heart, start to pull over that left leg and come back up. Couple more. This next one, when you come up, send the hands behind you. Start to slowly lift up the right knee. Try to get the right foot flat on the floor. And then slowly transition to facing forward. You're going to send both legs to the front, heels to the corners of the mat. Sitting up nice and tall. We take the right foot, tuck it inside the left leg. Now we start to walk it out. Try to stay square on both hips when you fold down. Tuck in the belly. Bring it up. Right heel goes forward, left foot comes in this time. Sitting up tall, walking it out. Lowering the elbows when you're ready. Now sit it back up. Bring your legs in. I want you to cross them. Doesn't matter which way. Sit up tall and then walk it forward. Spine starts long and then lower the elbows and just hang out here for a couple of breaths. Walk it up, cross over the opposite way. Nice and tall, walk it out. And then flex that spine, relax the head, stay here for a couple of breaths. And then back up. Bring those knees in. Let's get up onto our tippy toes. Feet in a full fold, and then we're going to roll up nice and slowly. Take a nice big deep breath. And then thank you so much. We did it. Sue and Kirsten got it done.